going on, guys? It's Big Rain here. I'm going to be releasing Evija V3 early. I've got, people in Grandmaster waiting on it. I want to get it out now. So that's Evija V3. And then there's some added features that I want to put in 3.1. So the added features, and I'll be pulling up V3 here in a minute. This is entirely unscripted. Absolutely transparent. Don't mind just showing you how easy it is to set up a chart, give you an over the shoulder vantage point. Well, 3.1 is going to have things like a trailing take profit that works with trading view, and stop loss and some other stuff, and those things will introduce secondary conditions. The secondary conditions they're just additional conditions that need to fulfill before, for instance, like trailing take profit. Trailing take profit will have to hit its target or whatever, plus RSI or whatever will have to be at such and such level. Now that can get as complex as you'd like to. So with that, I'm going to try and keep a focus on brevity, because I've been doing this for a long time. So I know that usually it's better if I keep it scripted. Like if I like text-based. I don't mind having it in an email, if you catch my drift. But from time to time, I think the freestyling over the shoulder look is just what some people want. And perhaps in this context, maybe that's best, because between demonstrations of what I assume, it's been a long time since I've been at the beginning, so I don't know what, at this point, I don't see any of this stuff as confusing. So let me silence my phone. Got these stupid dating apps. Alright, Alright, so first disclaimer. In my chats, people get really close. It's just the type of person that I am. I'm a very intimate person. It's just the way that I am. I'm a very intimate, and I'm a type of person that I deal in things that hit close to home. And so when I ban people, I always thought banning and online social stuff, I don't have the best social skills. So I just don't participate in some of the things people pay homage to or place a lot of weight on, like bans. But I guess it's really important to some people. So I might give somebody an incredible deal and me bend over backwards, and then they take advantage of that over and over and over and over, like I'm a therapist or something. And then when I ask them to, hey, can you come correct, and they don't, I ban them. So, and I don't care about, whether you paid me. I wouldn't care if you paid me $20,000. I would still ban you. I don't care. And that's just the way it is. So there's that disclaimer, and then the broader disclaimer is that, as we prepare to enter another bull cycle, you need to be aware of mania and people who get really tied to their definition of who they are. Those people will come in, they'll talk about, how amazing grids are, and how, just all this stuff. That the grid is made that way to be that way. You don't need to recant how awesome the grid is. You can, or you could just give the credit to 3Commas or your particular bot. With that being said, I'm the primary, sort of on the COO or such side of the 3Commas community subreddit. Well, we have certain rules and guidelines And people follow those, they don't follow those. If we post them, maybe they become less active. I don't care anymore. If people are promoting certain things that we don't like, we're going to ban it. We're going to handle it. We love what we do, and that's just the way that it is. It's the 3Commas community. So if you're like doing some type of rigmarole or gambit, you're going to get banned. And we're here to stay. So like that, I don't know how to explain it, and I can't be any more explicitly clear. So you need to be careful of who you're listening to, all the way throughout. Who's sending you emails? Who's asking you what exchange you use? Who's pointing you in this direction? Who's pointing you in that direction? Where my seat is, I openly give away my code. And I'm about to launch the observatory, which, that doesn't give out the code, but it's going to be awesome. That'll be perfect free trial spot. But my point is, it'll be perfect free trial solution for others. People want that. I get it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just had to figure out a way for it to make it worth my while. The observatory is going to be really cool because I'll get to play with things and set up things that aren't necessarily going into the primary scripts, modules, and code. But my overall point, the overarching point, was that I like these guys. Like Lux Algo is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite developers. I love these guys. These are the guys that I've looked up to. But in the 3Commas community, we're very careful about where we direct people, because it's for years we defaulted to trade alts, and it's this sector is a lot like black hat marketing and such. When you're doing stuff like that, or you're just misguided in your emotions or your spirit or your mentality, you can lead people astray. And at the end of the day, the 3Commas community is the 3Commas community. If you have some more technical things, or a complaint or feature request, go to 3Commas.io. But if it's the community, be in communion with the community, or get banned. Alright. With that said, let me wet my whistle. Oh yeah, H2O. Okay. So, like I said, this is totally unscripted. Using Microsoft Edge right now. No thanks. We're gonna go to... here we go. Just set up this browser. Let's see, we're on VIX or something. I'm gonna show Matic, because that's become over time my personal pick. I've taken a look at their web page, but I feel like I understand their fundamentals, because they basically say what they're doing, or what they're... Yeah, just go to their web page. No. Oh man, people stress me out. No. Where's this? Make a copy, export chart, new layout. Where's the new chart, man? Where's the new chart button? Whatever, who cares? Alright, so we're on Matic. I love Matic because it's free leverage. Look at this. 313% from just a hold. And if you're still new, I actually am quite good at explaining. People call it explain like I'm 5 or whatever. I really am good at that, and I love it when people do it to me too. I also went to school for construction management and real estate development, so I can be really mean about it because I prioritize safety. But anyways, Um, so at this point, hopefully you feel like what we're looking at is simple. I remember the days when I thought every chart looked exactly the same. And that can happen with crypto because it's an emerging market. Well, the thing to understand is that there are different realms or universes of trading. There's, automated investing. Then there's trading, which most new people kind of, are in like a busted slot machine mindset, and me personally, I've worked really, really hard to try and change that mentality, and it's required me to mature. And that's why I'm so heavy with the ban button these days, because, if I'm going to mature, then you need to mature, because I'm not going to deal with it. Anyways, but yeah, so I respect all those guys. I respect all of the people in the industry, and that's why I do what I do, and that's why I parse, my most important things into modules within my code. I want people to take the code, and we've got a licensure program coming where you can resell the products. I'll build the website for you, and you can do what I do. I don't care. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, there are like multiple universes, it's like multiverses of trading. So there's investing and trading. It's the same thing. It falls under the umbrella of trading. Investing does. But when you say trading, you start to talk about full auto trading. You talk about I want to start. I'm trying to decide which direction to start from. I want to start from the slowest wavelength. Swing trading. That's where you're dipping in and out of the market like weekly. And then you got, let's see. You know what? Let me light this candle real quick. Then you've got day trading and intraday trading, but crypto is so. Give me a second here. Smells good in here. So you've got day trading, intraday trading, but I was in high frequency trading. But you don't want to high frequency trade on anything that's considered a stable coin, because that's like universally illegal. People try and call it liquidity provision. How about you follow the correct channels for providing liquidity? Otherwise, you're going to do it backwards. It's a subtle form of dyslexia. So, try to cross me up and I'll take your ankles with me. But, algorithms are becoming so good and so, safe, reliable, understandable, pure, enlightened. And all the people in this industry, I've looked at 9,000 different indicators, their code. People send me scripts all the time. You have no idea what I've had to go through to get here. These guys are awesome. I really look up to these guys. Anybody who works in this industry, and that is everything I'm about, is getting more people into TradingView, more people into 3Commas. That is all I'm about. For years. Anyways, algorithms are getting so good that, you can dip in and out of the market multiple times a week. So it's like intra-swing trading. So it's an entire open field. I mean, it is just like some of the most beautiful, just, oh man, like full-on double rainbow. The point there is that, hopefully you can get to a point where this chart, Matic, which is crazy, it's like free leverage. It looks simple, and to some it may look boring if you've gotten to the point where you can just look at charts. I'm telling you, as I'm researching Matic more and more, and knowing what I know, and I'm about to tell you. Let me turn that off. Oh no, that's fine. You see, it looks like there's not a lot of opportunities in this area, but there actually are. There are a ton of opportunities. You could make so much money. And, that's kind of like what I do. Like, my products, like, I invent a lot of the terms used. So, like my main products where I give out the code, and I've got every significant portion of the code parsed into modules. You can use that stuff, and then there's going to be process architecture for you to use that stuff, combine it with your stuff, and sell it. So I love this industry. I mean, I guess that's what I'm feeling. So I want to see more for it. So there's a lot of money-making opportunities here. I know we've been in a long bear cycle, but doesn't this look pretty right here? You feel me? Like right here, look at this. So momentum is a thing. And when you see something that looks like this, these significant, like, here's like the consolidation, and then yeah, that matters. And the guys in the big chat, they could explain it, but I'm in the daily chart. So I program on the 1 hour. And usually get the best results when I move it up or down. I can't remember which one's which. Move it to the 45-minute chart. So I like this chart, or I like this time frame. 45 minutes has been really good. 36% in 2 days. You feel me? And I feel like Matic, I'm still researching the fundamentals or whatever. I'll try to be more funny, but I'm not just a funny guy. 10% in a day in 4 hours. 15%. I mean, look at that. 30% in less than a day. Yeesh. And I mean, like, look at all this. It's just keep making money. So that's what a signal suite gives you, like, tools to capitalize on these different market environments, right? So if you're in a bear, you might have a strategy that works with your portfolio best. Well, our goal is to give you the ability to do that, because crypto is extremely volatile and like very rapid moving, and it's very hyper emotional. So if you don't have like the modules, the code, the algorithms, and all of the if you didn't have us in this industry, you would be screwed to the wall and wouldn't be able to move. You'd be stuck there. So, like, being able to capitalize on a macro top like this or something, right? You could just make 7%, and then like 6.75%, 6.75%. You know what I mean? And then it falls back down, and you just cool out and ride this one. You liquidate your position because it has been looking sideways. Like whatever it is that I'm talking to, like 100 different types of style players right now. So here goes another 5%. You know what I mean? People want to play these markets. Big money wants to play these markets, but they got to go through specially curated instruments and do all this different stuff. And it's just like, what if there were some tools to make literally everyone's lives easier? Well, that's what Broadview development tries to do. We don't focus so much on trading and investing and all that stuff. Like what's at the center of our heart is development. So we understand development. I'm telling you, people just make me mad, man. Alright, so TradingView, if you haven't gotten an account yet, you should. If you don't have an account with 3Commas, you should. You need to buy a year's subscription for both and go ahead and take whatever discounts that they offer you. Usually with TradingView, if you take your first month and you just use the trial of the full premium, they'll give you like 50% off. And then if you decline that, they'll continually offer you 50% off. So don't try any tricks. Just go ahead and pay the 50% off. Consider it your education for the year, and it's only a few $100. Okay, I am hungry. I want to get through this fast. And I think we'll be able to, because I'm not going to go through all the chart styling stuff since I can't find the button. I'll turn on V3 now. It's not tuned. There's an auto tuner that you can use. It's I use it in the Opera browser. I'm not going to show that right now. I have a previous video on it. Just go back and watch my last video. And you'll be good to go for the auto tuning. Like I said, I'm releasing this early because people don't want to wait for me to create the default numbers. So I'm just going to create like a default by hand or whatever. Oh, hey, look, 1146. And that's probably in a period of like 9 months, usually. People will try and talk to you about red bags and all that kind of stuff. It's like, just shut your hole. And this is not bad. I'm telling you, Matic is the truth. Excuse me. Excuse me. That was right in your ear hole, wasn't it? Alrighty. So we're going to take a look at the settings panel. The big thing about V3 is I've restructured it. I mean, there's every single update I change everything. So, you know what? I need to. So, just to save some RAM or GPU or whatever she's using, I'm gonna get rid of that. Well, I kind of like it, but yeah, I kind of like it. Does this save anything? Because if it renders it, is the computer rendering transparency? It's pretty crazy. All right, bonk. This is a really cool feature. Shout out to the Grandmasters for that one. I think that was No. That introduced that feature. It's this. He like redid the window feature, and I love it now. It's a lot of fun. And honestly, I don't get enough time to play with my own tools, and that's kind of the reason I don't trade. I'm a firm believer in the separation between the financial developer and the financier or the fund manager. I am getting my Series 3, so I'll be open to managing funds, but I'm a person who thinks in terms of decades when it comes to crypto. For sure. So, I would just lay out the terms of the deal so everybody knew what deal they were jumping into, and I was jumping into as well. And then I would just sit on that dough. But, that's a conversation for another time. This is the Evija V3 settings panel. V3, it's just V3. This is our first, what used to be called Master Suite. So Evija V3, the main focus for Evija is to focus on strategy components and modules. Things coming in the future, the next Master Suite is called Hotel Indigo, and that's going to provide a lot of code that banks will care about, treasury departments and such. Yeah. So that stuff will come in Hotel Indigo, which is, I came up with that name myself, and then I think I came up with sort of the inspiration or something. I can't remember at this point, but I guess it's a hotel that is across from the Burj Khalifa. Yeah, I was trying to think of a name. Went with the Khalifa. And remember, I went to school for construction management, real estate development, and so I really enjoy architectural visualization. So I was like, let's go check out I just pulled up the Google Maps and pulled up the Burj Khalifa, and I was just kind of looking around, and I saw there's something called Hotel Indigo, and I was like, man, that's lit, because I know what indigo children are and things like that. And I understand like different stuff. Hang on. Somebody in the Discord. There's no right now. He said, "Let's go." 100. All right, let's get it. I'm hungry. Hangry. All right, so maximum minimum lines, blah blah blah. The stuff, the top has to do with like the colors. I would like more diversity. I'll just start with 9. Anything? Any changes? Nah, not really. I'll look at it later. But this is really cool. Basically, it's what you see how it marks the bearish action, and it's got like highlights the top, highlights the top, highlights the top, highlights the top, highlights the bottom. That's what the top stuff is. You know what? And since I'm taking my time here, I'll just go ahead and have this video be the master guide as well. So just stick with me here. Continue to watch. Source. I will probably, in 3.1, I will probably hide this source. VIX fix period. Don't try to reverse engineer any of this stuff, because all of it has been just entirely changed beneath the surface. Yeah, with V3, 3.1 will come out, but V3, it's a full update. I didn't just hide a bunch of stuff. Like, for instance, there used to be, see how many inputs there are? There used to be way more. I mean, I'm talking a lot more. I'm talking like way too many more. Some of them got eliminated. Some of them were like tuned by hand and then stuffed under the hood. And that makes, when you go into Opera or whatever, like Google, Chrome, or Chromium, or whatever, I don't think Firefox will work, but if you use whatever Google-based browser, you pull that up, you go to Chrome extensions, and you pull up, just type in TradingView, and you can find the TradingView strategy tester. Go ahead and pay for that. You need that, you need 3Commas, and you need TradingView. Go ahead and pay for the best versions of all of them. Alright, you're going to be making enough money. Just do it. Oh, I'm starving. Oh. Oh, just went for a swim. Need a sandwich. Alright. The Fix bottoms, it's how the bottoms are produced. Most of this stuff is tuned fine. And then, 3.1, I'll include a brand new shiny default. Basically, what I do is I program I'm a data scientist. I program trading logic, and that essentially provides the rails for you to sit in the driver's seat and assume liability and responsibility and control of your inputs and outputs, i.e., signal strategy generation. So that's what this is. It's not like a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's factory. Moving on. So a length is, if you just think of it like a wavelength or something. If you use 8 or 9, that's quite short. If you use 14, it's counting how many bars. It's you're specifying how many bars worth of that type of data to consider in its calculations. So you see each one of these things, boop, 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 boop. Those are bars. Okay? People might call them candles, but that's for a different... See, I use a price line, OG, triple OG, and then I like to use the step line. I just like it. I remember back in the day, it seemed like with a really old script of one of my previous companies, it seemed like if I changed the line, like if I changed from line to candles, it would change the signals, which I believe can happen. But nowadays, with my new code, it doesn't seem to really do that. I don't know why, but I'm just like I said, I went to school for construction, so I'm the type of person who, I do things in like a certain universal code type of way. I use common sense, and it undulates throughout what I do. I have a genius level IQ. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so now you understand length, but the next thing I wanted to explain was the BB. It's jargon. So jargon is vernacular within a lexicon that applies to a profession. So it's like work talk. BB stands for Bollinger Bands. So Bollinger Bands, just go look it up, man. You've got info pop-ups. Those will be updated in 3.1. Try to remember I'm releasing this earlier than I would have liked to. CVI tops, these are special VixFix and CVI things, and they scrape for bottoms and tops, and if you have a license to resell, work on and resell, kind of like having a license to work on and resell Rolexes, right? If you get that license, you can buy a Rolex, you can tune it up, and then you can sell it. Same thing with the Broadview licensure that's coming out. Oh man, I am starving. Fix period. So Bollinger Bands, just go look it up. It's used in a lot of different things, but there's other stuff that you can use. CVI tops, bearish sensitivity, and there you go. So this is the Broadview Composite OBOS. There might be mistakes in some of the stuff. Like I said, I'm releasing this early, but who cares? Yeah, that should be hidden. So I'll take that stuff out right there. These two. Give me just a second. Sorry about that. Maintenance guy stopped by. We were looking at some fuse failures, computer failures, and some microwave bullcrap. And I gotta get the dryer fixed, but I'm out of here soon. I'm gonna move back to the country so I can focus better on work. Yeah, so I'm gonna hide these. It's composite overbought and oversold. If you haven't seen the OBS heat map, then just go look for it. You know what I mean? Or hop into the chat. Get into the chat. The sooner you do it, the better. I mean, you can resist all you want to resist, but good luck. And if you get banned and you come back in with the same attitude, you're just going to get banned again. There's the invite link. Alright. So, these filters are more of like a use case thing. But when you're mining, you can see the reports of what it would have done over a period of time. I mean, it's all very clear. You know what? Let me reset settings. See if this changes. 1146. It didn't. But we got this. Back the dashboard. Excuse me. Alright. Composite OBOS. Yeah. Primary index. I really like this one. I made this. I mean, I make these things, man. I love it. Some of the modules I took out, but this I love. The primary index, it's so much fun. It's a module, it's a filter that is entirely independent from, the entire massive, OBS heat map that has been baked into Evija v3. And the primary index, it's beautiful because of how much emphasis has been placed on balance. It's applicable in all markets. Let me get the door. Yeah, so when you're tuning this, it just gives you like a third-party vantage point, if you like, to filter signals. So in different market environments, these things become important with different trading styles, different goals, different portfolios, different portfolio goals. It just continually undulates. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It is the way that it is, and it definitely isn't the way that it's not. Alright, this is important stuff. Required change to qualify longs. It has to, in order to place a long position and for it to go towards this number, in order for it to not be ignored, in order for it to be considered, it must move down by 4%. It has to have that delta, or that rate of change. Long delay length, this is the number of bars. So if you're on the 1 hour chart and you set up all your signals and you've got your whole setup with 3Commas set up on the 1 hour chart, then you will be calculating data in 1 hour increments. So this long delay length will require 10 hours to go by. Now let me kind of explain that. If I remember the new color code correctly, this little ghost buy signal, that's all it is. It's a ghost buy signal, and then it waits for the change and the bar delay length before it considers another buy signal a real buy signal, and then it DCAs. And that's it. That's what literally all of us are doing. Lux Algo, everybody. That's all of everybody. I mean, everybody has different portfolios and different strategies and different things that they're doing. But as far as helping, as far as bolstering and growth hacking our industry that we work in every day together, we promote DCA. You can talk about grid. You could talk about trend trading. Trend trading is like, I don't know if we're going to do it or not. I think it's safer to just kind of buy and hold. And then if, you personally think that there's like a really good looking top like this, then you might pull your money out and then set it up to buy again. If that's what you want to do, you want to capitalize on the difference, right? You want to boost your ROI accumulation, then do it that way. That's why I'm building these tools the way that I'm building them, and openly, selling the code. So many people have told me to keep the code private, but I don't care. I just created an entire observatory where I'm going to have like 50 different amazing scripts where you could just go and look at them. Most of them will be free. You will just go and be able to load up the chart. You even be able to set up signals. By the way, this is all of our products are just educational purposes. Just education. That's what we're in the business of. Grayscale. I can't think of the guy's name right now that started Grayscale. He said that what we need is education, and I'm trying to do it. I get basically nonstop pushback from people, which I'm sick of because it makes my job harder. I'm just trying to tell you, man, the only thing under my skin is more me. Okay, so the primary index is cool. These are cool. This is amazing. The volume scaling, intelligent volume scaling, I invented that. I actually invented that myself. That's me. So when you get my code and you're getting the modules, you could get this module, which is going to expand soon. That's what I'm all about, and that's what Evija V3 is all about. Taking things like volume scaling, trailing take profit, and making them really intelligent. And we have config miners that can help you tune those things. And now I'm starting to employ brevity into my scripts so that mining for signals and operating these massive money scrapers is not as difficult. Like someone said in the chat, I'm trying to provide tools to retail traders and fund managers and formal entities, macro entities alike. But someone in the chat was like, it's nice for the little guy or whatever to have access to tools that normally only a treasury department would have access to. So it's like when you talk and you do all these gambits, I'm going to smack you in your mouth. I'll reach right through the computer and do it. Sorry to vent. That's not part of who I am, but... Alright, we're going to wrap this video up soon. 45 minutes, that's not bad. I can take some more time to explain some things. So this is amazing. If you want me to explain this, come into the chat. Because it's a little difficult to explain. While I was tuning it and messing with it, it was surprising me. So you can use change-based volume scaling. This, let's see what it does now. Right there, it boosted it right to 1999, which was a good year, by the way. But yeah, you can calculate shorts, exit on next top. That was a feature that I think No wanted. Here goes your short delay length, required change to qualify shorts, simulate leverage. Try to remember that doesn't boost your percentages; it boosts your balances. And then you've got target take profit, safety order volume scaling. These are like the most important settings to play with. Yeah, this will work as a master guide. Available percent of available balance for shorts. That's up to you. I'm always going to be trying to maximize ROI accumulation, so that's why I use 100. Regular base order, I keep that at 10. So the actual lit up, the lighter blue triangles, um, I only allocate the minimum amount to those, and then as more green triangles come in, I have my setups set up to allocate more and more and more money, and I do that hyper strategically. Remember, I said I have a genius level IQ. I grew up neurodivergent. I'm not drunk. I'm not high. I'm not having a stroke. And if you suggest any of those things, I will find you because I'm already there. This is where I do what I do. And if you got something to say, you can say it to all of us. Max open long positions, keep that at 1 because when you take it to 2 or 3, it's assuming that you're bringing in fresh capital from outside of your starting capital. So I keep that at 1 because although I focus on ROI accumulation, like getting the highest, I also focused on honesty, transparency, and being fair. I want people to understand. I want to know what's really possible. Um, and like I said, we've got Hotel Indigo coming, and then after that, I think is I'd have to go back and look at Trello, but there's a bunch of master suites coming, and then there's 3 master suites in total, and then there's 4 independent white box AI indicators, and then there's 2 white box AI master signal suites. Regular base order, max open long positions. Yeah, and don't say nothing in none of my chats anywhere. If I see it, I'm finding you. Talking about stress. Oh, this guy's stressing me out. Oh, this guy's got. Have your meltdown in quiet. And then come back when you're done. Regular base order, 10, max open long positions. Max safety orders. With the way that the master suites send signals to 3Commas, I think we actually bypass 3Commas safety order limits. So, as far as I'm aware, unless they've changed it, 3Commas has a limitation of 100 safety orders. But because you're handling all of the logic and things on TradingView side or whatever, because you're handling the cache sort of with TradingView's servers, maybe you can bypass that, so you can use up to a bunch, I guess. And then you've got the window, which is a lot of fun. So if you're the type of person that likes money or like min-maxing, you will just find a brand new home if you join the chat. And I'm kind of tired of playing with everybody. I put in all of this hard work, and it's just kind of how it goes. And especially in this industry, because people get their setups that they love and then they don't want to change them. You know what I mean? Alright, the maintenance people are going to be back, so I gotta go. Alright, that'll do for the master guide. Okay. And then I'll release more guides. Don't worry, you guys are seeing the back end process architecture. You know, the private chats and the private stuff on the website. The websites may never be fully finished. Just go there and do business. Just go there and read and do business. And stop looking for reasons to not learn something new. Like, for instance, charts isn't ready and observatory isn't ready, and then everything's being built up. So get with the program, man. Matic USDT. Alright, so I'm going to cut to a hype video.